Page 6, Ain't No Mountain High Enough. 4/4 time signature. There's no sharps or flats in the key signature. We're in the key of C major. Make sure you can do the C major scale, 1 octave up and down. I have a video on that. Just go watch that stuff. Do the beginner portion of it. Learn that scale. Let's take this one hand at a time. I got some tricky things going on in here. Starting with the right hand. Here. Sounds wonderful, don't it? But that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and you just, if see that E is tied. If I take out the tie and play them, it's 1. That's all it is. But the tie, I just hang on to it. 1 and 2 and 3 and rest. You do that again. Measure 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and because it's tied. During the rest, come down for measure 7. 1 and 2 and. Remember I said the numbers at the beginning of each line in the boxes are measure numbers. So, and they want you to reach up and use thumb again here for measure 8 because you're here. They want you to. That's a beginner's fingering. We got to get beyond beginner's fingering because you're starting to get in a little more involved music. So I'm going to recommend a little different here. I'm going to suggest stay where you are and just reach up, put second finger on this here, and play 2, 3, 4. Because in the next line you get the same thing, sort of. You can use this 2, 3, 4 there too. So it's again measure 8 is here. Just reach up. Use 1, 4. So you're right in position. Again, 2. Just reach up a little finger. Then come down. I recommend that. I think it's actually an easier fingering than constantly moving around like that. Left hand was F chord to start with, even though you're in key of C. But that's one of the reasons I don't look at the beginning of a piece to see what the key it's in. You don't know. Most of the time, not always, most of the time a piece will end on its 1 chord. And that's why I look at the back of the piece to see what's the key signature. Well, it ended on a C chord. It's got no sharps and flats. I figure it's in C major. But here we got an F chord, and that's fine. And now we go ahead and do it here. You just come down 1, and during the rest, 1 and 2, the thumb comes up. So after the whole note, which is 4 counts, then it's 1, 2, and. Because you're playing that with the right hand when it plays the 1 and 2 and 3 and rest. You do that some more. You're doing that a lot, actually. Let's go to measure 7. You're sort of in this position, somewhere in here, but it's going to be 4th finger now for the F sharp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now it's an F natural. They don't need the natural sign there in measure 8. It's an F natural anyway. But they're being clear. You just had an F sharp. And it is kind of important in music, if you're writing music for somebody or whatever, be clear. So if there's a chance they may think you made a mistake and you meant F sharp again, no, go ahead and put in the natural and be clear. Some publishers do it and some don't, so who knows. Then going on, measure 9 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. You just 1, 2. You gotta come up to play it again anyway, so you come up and move. Put the hands together here. You just want everything to work together. That's by itself. Rest. So hesitate all you need to. Right now it's not important. You're just trying to get the hands to work together. Now on measure 5, they got you on 1, 3. I left you on 1, 4 and told you to leave the... It's up to you. If you want to use 1-3, that's fine too. Either fingering works. The one in the book is fine if you want 1-3 on major. It's pretty repetitious, isn't it? It's just going on over and over and over. Once you have the hands sort of working together, then go back over and over and over and concentrate on those parts where you're hesitating and get rid of the hesitations. You can go slow, but it's got to be a steady beat. As far as articulation goes, all we have are a few accents occasionally. Like on the second measure, give it a little extra oomph, both hands. Rest. So you get these accents occasionally. Measure 5. Ba-ba. The idea is they're syncopated. So even if the accents weren't there, a lot of people in interpreting the music would accent them anyway, because we tend to accent syncopated notes. It comes sooner than we expect. Here, we don't expect it that soon. We expect that, and we get that sooner. And when it's syncopated like that, we tend to accent syncopated notes. That gets into interpreting the music. Here, they're telling you to accent it, so they're interpreting it for you. Now, the accent on the first beat, that's would normally, I mean, you give it a natural accent because it's the first beat of a measure, but normally you wouldn't give it a full accent, so they're telling you accent that. Then on, again, this measure 2, they tell you to prepare. That's Faber's way of telling you, get ready for something. I'm telling you, you don't need to do anything. You're there, so just stay there. Or what they want you to do is they want you to move the right hand up, so it's third finger now instead of fourth. Well, I told you could just use fourth anyway. You don't have to move. So whether you prepare or anything, I'll leave that up to you. It's just, that's not part of the music. That's just something that is put in this author's stuff to try and help you out. So put in the accents, whether you can read them as well as I can. And then the dynamics goes to the melody, which is the top. Makes the accented notes at the beginning loud because you're moderately loud here. Whatever you think that is, then loud. Keep the left hand in the background. Even accented, you can give it a little extra, but not as loud as the right hand. Now, measure 6. That note in the left hand is melody. It's got to be the same loudness as the right hand. So it sounds like one hand played it all. Measure 12 at the end, you go up to loud. Just a little louder than you were. The left hand keep in the background. Then again on measure 14, the last note is melody. Play it. A little bit to sort of loud, and the left hand, you see the arrow, the hairpin get softer. Play it soft. I mean, this is dying away on its own, so just kind of match that as you do that. That's my impression of the dynamics. Really, with the dynamics, you got to get into feel it. You got to get it well enough that you're past the mechanical stuff and you feel it. Feel this dynamics. Speed, well, it says slowly. I like it fast myself, but they're saying slowly, and as far as the soul goes, you'll have to do that. That gets into interpreting. Feeling the music, that's where the soul comes in. But they want to. I like it fast myself. I think it's more fun. Depends on how much coffee I've had. However, they want it slow. Fine, we'll do it slow. Then they've added pedal. Well, you don't really need pedal on this. It sounds just fine without it. but they've added it, and only on certain places. So don't pedal any more than what they're doing. I'm not sure why they want the pedal, because if you're going to pedal, you pedal for specific reasons. And why they want the pedal here, I don't know. Maybe if it's to connect the repeated notes, I don't know. Because you can't connect repeated notes on a piano unless you use the pedal. So if that's it, I don't know. Maybe that's it. I don't know. However, measure 5, they're not all repeated, but you're pedaling. They want you to pedal through the whole thing. If I do that, I get this. Ooh. So I'm not going to pedal the C. I'm going to lift it up for that 1/8 note and then put it back down. Right there. So lift that up and put it down after I play the A. So I don't catch the C. I think that's a cleaner sound. And that's what I'm going to recommend. You get the same thing at measure 13. Don't pedal the C, the third beat. There. Yeah, just don't pedal the C. So, okay, put in the pedal if you want. I like to play it with you very slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do any dynamics. I'll try and do the accents as best I can. So I'll give us 4 counts, and I'll do the pedaling as I suggested. 1, 2, ready, go. 3 and rest and. 4 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 1 and 2 and 3 and